What's good, everybody? Hope you're alright. I'm back, and I got a quick, I guess we'll call this like a quick story time. So, the Holy Spirit's been reminding me about past situations that, he's been reminding me about my past situations when I was um, with the person that I thought was meant to be with me, but come to find out, we were never meant to be together. One and two, yeah, let's just leave it at that. We were just never meant to be together. So, I'll give a little bit of context slash the backstory. So, when I encountered when I encountered this person, um, I was this was long after I had been heartbroken and um just brought real low, and my self-esteem was at an all-time low. And I felt at this point I felt really depressed and wrestled with suicidal thoughts and tendencies. And then this person came into my life, and they were cool, but they weren't who I was ultimately meant to be with. I guess looking back now, they were just there to help me during that part of my life. She wasn't a bad girlfriend, but she was not meant to be my wife. Let's just put it like that. Nor was that God's best for me. So I was with this person for a while, and a couple years passed, and the more time went by, the more I thought and believed that we could be together. Then, oh, and I was still battling and dealing with all my depression, low self esteem, and betrayal and hurt from previous other relationships that broke my heart and put me at all time low, where I was just I could not see the light of day for the life of me, and where I was tormented mentally, emotionally, and spiritually for years. And even after years had passed since that breakup had happened, I still could not get over the hurt and the betrayal and the pain I experienced. And I use this relationship as a way to try to heal and find safe refuge and peace through that. And it wasn't bad, but it wasn't ultimately what I wanted. Like, it was not God's best for me, and beyond that, I deserve better. Like, I deserve better than what they were, than the effort they were putting in, and how I was being treated and viewed. I weren't a terrible person, but definitely wasn't God's best for me. So anyway, fast forward a couple years, I experienced God. I experienced Jesus Christ, and for the first time in my life, especially after that severe low point that I was facing, like, I found relief and I found true eternal escape and freedom from all the torment and negative thoughts and emotions and feelings I was trapped in for years. Oh, and I forgot to mention this too. Like, I tried to run from my pain instead of facing it. And even at that point, I still wouldn't have been able to get over it. But for me, I tried running from my pain instead of facing it. Like, I got, I basically just spent hours and years of my life consumed on video games and trying to achieve things there to, like, feel better and distract myself from what I was feeling, and that still wasn't helping me to feel better. And yeah, it was cool, but it wasn't helping me to get over the pain and all the hurt I was feeling and experiencing. Then the Lord reveals himself to me several years later, and I have these really good friends that help me to draw closer to Jesus, and they help me get baptized. And at that moment, for the first time in my life, like, I felt peace. Peace beyond human understanding. Peace that I didn't know existed, and unlike anything I've ever had in my entire life. And I felt really good. I felt really good and really happy. So after that, shortly thereafter, like, one day, I felt one day the Holy Spirit started ministering to me, and he was, like, basically saying that the person that I was with, the person that I was with at that point, like, I couldn't be with them anymore, and that they weren't meant to be with me, and that they couldn't go where I was going. Now, at that time, I didn't know that was God speaking to me, and that's what he was saying. And I didn't know, because, like, at that point I was new to the faith and all that. Like, I didn't even know there was a Holy Spirit. And how I didn't know God like that, and I didn't know how he moved and operated. But looking back now, it makes so much sense. And I could definitely say that was absolutely, without certain, the Holy Spirit speaking to me and saying that this person that you're with now is not who you're meant to be with. And there's better for you. But I didn't understand that at the time. But I do remember feeling that one day. Like when he said that, I remember feeling that in my heart. And I didn't know why, but looking back now, I get what he was saying, and it makes complete sense. It explains everything, because, like, shortly after that, like, from that moment on, like, that was essentially, like, the end of our interactions with each other. Like, that's when, that person got, like, removed out of my life. But it was mainly because, we were unequally yoked. Like, I had just gotten saved, and even if they were, like, a believer, like, their life wasn't, the life they were living wasn't reflecting that. And they would have been more of, like, a stumbling block to me rather than a helper. Like, they would have pulled me further away from God rather than help me get closer to Him. So that's essentially why we couldn't be together, and why they got removed out of my life. But at the time, I didn't get it. I didn't understand what was going on. It was all new to me, and it was like no matter how much I tried, it's like I wasn't able to see or interact with them. And I felt like I deserved better than this. And I did. And ultimately, God has provided better. Now I'm still waiting on our reunion, or I'm still waiting for us to be together, but I have to trust God and believe that He'll bring us together. No, the wait is not easy, and at times it can hurt, but ultimately, I'll say this. Like, it's much better to trust God with it's better to trust God with your spouse rather than to seek after one yourself and to go after what the world could offer you. Like, this world's like, you can have a spouse that looks good or that satisfies all your desires, but that doesn't necessarily mean that morals are, that doesn't mean that they'll come with morals. Like, they may come with all the physical appearances that check your boxes, but that doesn't mean they'll come with morals. Like, if you want somebody that has morals or that really has a heart that's after you, you're better off waiting and trusting God for that. And besides, He brings people together too. It says that. He's the matchmaker. He brings people together. He who finds a wife finds what is good and receives favor from the Lord. Houses and wealth are inherited from parents, but a prudent wife is from the Lord. And you know this one, a wife of noble character, who can find? She is worth far more than rubies. Her husband has full confidence in her and lacks nothing of value, and she brings him good, not harm, all the days of his life. And that also applies for men too. You could also be a Proverbs 31 man as well. You could be a Proverbs 31 woman, and you could be a Proverbs 31 man. That applies. It's interchangeable. You could apply that for both parties.